Welcome to Paul's Passive House. If we take a quick moment to pause here, you'll notice that I've installed the 3.5-inch polyiso sheets on the interior of my walls. Those polyiso sheets have been sealed at the seams and connected to the polyiso that was installed in the attic and to the cork on the floor. This provides me with a continuous thermal barrier. I've also incorporated an air barrier. What I'm doing here is measuring to install the interior studs. Now, I've already installed the bottom half and the top and bottom. I'm going to pre-drill all the screw holes and then countersink those holes for ease of installation. I've numbered all these so that I know exactly where they go, and this will help me easily and quickly install them. Try as I might, I could not figure out a way to do this passive house retrofit without a two-wall construction method. That means essentially that there are two sets of studs. One set on the outside, then some insulation, and one set on the inside. I needed these studs in order to attach drywall, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out any other way. You'll notice this corner doesn't have any studs. That posed a particular problem because with the 3.5-inch polyiso installed, I couldn't actually screw anything to that corner. So I had to do a couple of prototypes. These corner pieces are the first attempt at that prototype. To install them, I took the pieces, the pre-measured pieces, outside and connected them at a 90-degree angle. Then I countersank all of the pre-drilled screw holes and then brought them back in for installation. This method proved to be pretty useful, so I continued to use this method with all the other inside corners in the house. I didn't have to pre-drill corners like this for the top and bottom because of the sill plate. The sill plate runs all the way through, and so it didn't matter that there was polyiso installed on top of the old studs. Here I'm adding more screws just to further fasten all of this wood to the studs behind it. I want to make sure that there's a screw every 6 inches or so. Taking a closer look at this corner, you can see that these inside corner pieces that I installed worked out pretty good. Stopping here for a moment, take a look at the map that I drew. This tells me where the studs are behind the polyiso. I did a map like this for every single wall in the house. If you pay some special attention to the seams of the polyiso you see here, you'll notice that there's a white sealant. This is a water-based HVAC paint-on duct sealant. It turned out to be incredibly useful. It's completely airtight, it's very, very durable, and it worked perfectly with this polyiso. The polyiso I used has a flame retardant fiberglass paper laminated to each side of it. That fiberglass paper didn't take any kind of tape or other sealer very well, but this water-based duct sealer worked perfectly. Not only did this water-based duct sealer work to seal the seams between the pieces of polyiso, but it also worked well as a primer. So if I wanted to try to seal these seams with tape, or if I needed to stick anything or write anything onto the polyiso, it worked really well to first prime it with this duct sealer. If you were paying attention before, you noticed I had some zip tape. I used that tape to cover some of the bigger gaps between the polyiso. I got that zip tape to stick because I used this water-based duct sealer first as a primer. Here's a fun fact. All of the studs in my house are out of square, out of plumb, and out of level. So in order to correct that problem, when I was installing the interior studs that you see me doing here, I had to use a level. What you see me doing here is referring to my map, measuring, and then installing the vertical interior studs. That map came in handy on numerous occasions, and I was very glad that I had the foresight to make it. That ensured that every piece of wood was securely fastened to a stud behind it. If you'd like a free energy efficiency consultation, please email me at paulspassivehouse@gmail.com.